What's going on YouTube? Speedfisherman here for another tutorial video. Today we're going to be talking about how to set up a new scene in Streamlabs OBS for new streamers who want to get into streaming on Twitch or YouTube Live or Facebook Gaming. This is literally probably the third or fourth time that I've recorded this video. The last time I thought I was completely done with it, thought I was ready to go, and then I realized after I went back and watched it to make sure it was perfect, pristine, and good to go on YouTube, I realized that I left the webcam sitting right over top of the screen once I added it to where nobody could see what I was doing at all. So that was an error on my part, and I apologize. But I think I'm going to remember it this time, so we're going to jump right into it, and we'll show you how to get that scene set up. Stay tuned. Alright, so when your Streamlabs OBS comes up, it's not going to have all this stuff in here like I already do. You're not going to have your microphone set up or your desktop audio set up or display. It's going to be completely blank. So what you're going to do to add a new scene, you're going to come over here. Now I have different scenes set up for my stream. I have a starting soon, an intro, one set up for when I'm live on when I'm gaming on my PC and I'm using the camera, one when I'm gaming on Xbox with my other buddies and I'm using the camera, and I have like a full face cam set up to where my audience can see my face while I'm in like a pre-game lobby, and then once the game actually starts, I have a Elgato Stream Deck to where I can select the scene to go back to my camera on the PC or camera on the Xbox. And it shows the game with my face smaller down at the bottom left or wherever I decide to place it. Not sponsored by Elgato Stream Deck or Elgato at all. But it's a cool feature. If you do have a Stream Deck, that is one thing that you can do. You can set up multiple scenes to where it shows different things during, like you're in pregame lobby or something like that. But let's get back on track. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit this plus sign. You're going to add a new scene. I've already got a scene set up. I've only got like a few things here, but I'll show you how to add those. So you'll name your scene however you want to name it. And then once it comes up, you won't have anything over here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add your display capture. So you're going to hit the plus sign. And then you're going to come over here to display capture. And you can hit add source. Now I already have a display capture in there. So what I'm going to do is add my other monitor because I have two monitors. So you hit the plus sign. I'm going to name it like display capture 1 and hit add source. And it's going to come up like this. It'll capture whatever, it'll display up here however many monitors you got. If you got one monitor, you just see one. If you got 2 or 3, then you'll see the second and then third. I'm already capturing one of these already. I want to say this one that you can see. So I'm going to add the other one that you can't see. And we'll hit done. And so now I have both my monitors being captured. So right here, this is the first monitor, and then I also have my other monitor right here. Now, when you have multiple monitors, the one that's going to be displayed is whatever's on top. So the way Streamlabs works is whatever is on top here, that's what's going to display on your screen. So if I move display capture 2 over top of 1, you'll see display capture 2 first instead of 1. Now, if you don't want to keep moving them, then over here where this little eyeball is, if you click on it, as you can see right now, I have this one clicked because it has a line through it. That'll hide that display. So if I click on it again and remove that line, you see the other display. And then I click back on it, and then the eyeball has the line back through it again. So just remember, whatever's on top, that's going to display first. And then everything else comes behind it. Now, to add your desktop audio, in case y'all missed that, you hit the plus sign, and then you go to audio output capture. And as you can see, it tells you, I mean, it just shows you everything up here. It'll tell you what you're getting ready to do with this. So if you can't find something, just click around and it'll tell you what it's used for up here. So for your audio, as you see, this says desktop audio. You hit add source. We're going to add a new source, and we're going to call it desktop. All right. Add source. And I want to say I got mine set up as just my default. So all this other stuff in here for like where you see where it says like cable B, cable C. So I have Voice Meter Potato on my computer. So I have different virtual cables that allows me to separate my desktop audio, my Spotify audio, and my Discord audio to where I can control the levels of each of them using Streamlabs OBS or my Voice Meter Potato. And I have a video that I'll leave down in the description for that, to where if you want to go check that video out to see how you can get Voice Meter Potato or Voice Meter Banana, they're both the same, just one allows you to have more inputs. If you want to know how to do that on your PC and get your stream set up that way, then check out that video down below, and that'll give you the step-by-step of how to do that. But I'm going to leave my desktop audio as that there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove it because I already have the one in here. So to remove something, if you click on the little gear right here, and then you just scroll up to where it says remove, it removes it, and it's gone. Now, to add your microphone, if you hit the plus sign right here, and then you're going to go to audio input capture. As you can see right here, it says built-in microphones, USB microphones. So we're going to hit add source, and then we're going to name it mic. And you're probably going to hear myself double as soon as I add the source. But I'll remove it as soon as I add it. So you hit add source, and then you're going to come up here, select the device. And see right here, it says I'm using a Yeti microphone. So make sure you select the microphone that you want to use as your primary. Because if you have like a webcam with a built-in microphone, then it'll probably show that one as well. Or if you have, a monitor with a built-in microphone, you might have that in here as well. In my Windows microphone settings, I have the webcam one and the monitors disabled. So the only one that shows is my Yeti. So I'm going to select the Yeti microphone. You see it there twice. I'm going to hit cancel and then remove it. That way you're not hearing me double. Remove. So the next thing we want to do, so we got our display, we got our microphone, we got our desktop audio. We want to add, let's go ahead and just add our Spotify audio. Go ahead and do our audio first, and then we'll get into the webcam and the overlays. So you hit that plus sign again. You go to audio output capture. You hit add source. As you see, I've already got Spotify in here twice. One just from a previous video where, I messed up. But hey, we'll add it again. So you hit add new source. And then we'll name it Spotify. And hit add source. And then we'll come down here and select. And then I'll look for Spotify right here, my cable B. I'll hit done. And bam, my Spotify is there. Now let me show you what I was talking about when I said that the audio was separate. So I'm going to go in here, play just a little bit of a beat. You'll hear it. And then you'll see how my Spotify audio moves, but my desktop audio doesn't. So I'm going to hit the play button. As you see, Spotify audio is moving. My display is staying the same. And I can adjust this volume down or all the way up, however I want to do it. And if I adjust the audio in Spotify itself, it makes it, less sound for y'all, more sound for y'all, as you can see. So yeah, so that's how that works with separating the two audios. All right. So we got our Spotify in there. Let's add our Discord. So we hit plus, and hit audio output capture, add source, and we're going to come in here, Discord. Hit Discord, add source. I have my Discord on a separate track as well. And let's find Discord cable A, hit done, and bam, there's my Discord. Now if I go into my Discord, let me move this out of the way here. And if I jump into like a little chat room, you'll hear the noise. And then when I jump out of it, you hear the noise, but you also see that my desktop audio did not move at all. Or the Spotify. Only the Discord moved. Now, let's add our webcam and our overlay. So we hit the plus sign. We will go to video capture device. Now, the video capture device can be used for your built-in webcams, whether if you have one built into your laptop or something like that, or your Logitech webcams, like your USB webcams or whatever. And you'll also use this for your capture cards. So if you want to capture your PlayStation gameplay or your Xbox gameplay, you'll use this video capture device right here as well for the webcam and the capture cards. So we'll hit add source. I'm going to go in here, webcam. I've already got my webcam in here already. I selected it. It's the same way as the device. The hardware devices is the same way as the audio devices. You hit here. You name it what you want to name it. You select that device, and then you add the source. So as you can see, me right here, I'm going to add it. How's it going? So now let me minimize this a little bit so I can show y'all how to adjust to be able to adjust the way your camera is. So like this, I don't want the fan here showing. It's the fan I keep here for the in-laws and stuff. I don't want that showing on my webcam. I want to be able to hide that, right? So I hover my mouse over right here. I hit Alt on my keyboard, and then I left click, and then I can just drag this over to hide it. Same thing for this side over, or the bottom down here. I can hit Alt, left click, and drag it up. Just like that. And let's see. If I want to make this, once I get it lined up how I want it, like if I want to bring this down a little bit more, or bring this over a little bit more. Oh, there we go, like that. And then I can go and I can extend this out how I want to have it. And voila, I have my camera set up how I want to have it. And then also, when you have your webcam added, let me show you this. If you have your webcam added, if you right click on it, and then you go to the, properties, this will bring up where you can change settings in your camera. So if you come over here to like configure the video or something like that, then it'll bring up your settings for your webcam that you have in your that you installed on your system for whatever webcam you're using. And this is, so I use the Logitech C920 or 910 or whatever version it is. Oh, right here, 920. That's the one I got, C920. And then this is the settings that I have set up for it. If you have a C920, this is the settings that I use to have mine set up. And then in my configure video settings, I go in here and I turn off the autofocus. I turn that off, and then I also turn off the right light. Sometimes I might cut it on. It depends on how the lighting comes in from the natural lighting I have behind me, which is coming through my other door and all that stuff. But sometimes it's too much lighting, so I turn off the right light. So that's how you can go in there and configure that stuff. You can do the same thing with your Elgato's capture devices as well. Once you add them in here, you can right click, configure it, and that'll bring up the Elgato software where you can configure it that way as well. Now let's add the overlay. So if we hit this plus sign, and then we're going to go to image. Now this is going to use PNG or JPG, JPEG, all that stuff. You can hit add source, and these are the overlays that I have right now. I have my regular camera overlay, my starting soon for my starting soon scene, my be right back for my be right back scene, and then my donation one where if I'm in full camera I can still display the donations and follows, and then I have just my logo itself. So we're going to do the camera overlay. We're going to hit add source. Now let me show you this. If you go in here when you do the image and you hit add source, what you're going to do is, like all the rest of them, you're going to click down here. You're going to type in the name or what you want to call it, and then you'll go browse your computer wherever you have your image stored at on your system, on your C drive or external hard drive, wherever you got it stored at. You would click it, and then it would bring the file over. So that's what that is. So now, a trick to getting your overlay and camera to match up, line up. So let me bring my camera back. So what I want to do first is I'm going to have my camera how I want to have it. So I want my camera like this. So then I'm going to bring my overlay over top. And I'm going to try to adjust the overlay to match up with the camera first. So something like that was actually pretty decent. I kind of done this a little bit too much. All I got to do is minimize it. I'm good. But a way to be able to do that is if right here, if you bring your camera over top of your overlay. So if I were to click here and then drag this up, that puts the camera over top of the overlay. So I'm going to unhide them. And then if I have my overlay how I want it and I want to get my camera set up, I can sit there and make sure that my camera is out, not inside here, and not outside the border, but in the middle of the border on all sides, to make sure that when I put my border over top, so let me move the border so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to move the camera overlay over top of the camera now, and I'm going to unhide it, and now you'll see that the border is going to be over top of the camera now. So that's how to get that set up nice and pristine. Now another thing you can do is you can, I think you can also you can add a group. So like you can go in here, let me show you what I did. Click on the folder, get that line out of the way. click the folder here, and then I'm gonna put camera and overlay. I'm gonna hit done. So that created a folder. So now all I have to do is I can click on my camera here and drag that in the folder, and I click on my webcam, my camera, and drag that in the folder. And then when I click on that folder, I can see the two. They're all hidden, and then I can display them. If you click on this one, it hides them all. If you click on it again, it shows them all. Another thing you can do is you can hit the lock button right here, and that'll make it to where you don't accidentally move your camera away from your overlay. It locks it down to where, hey, this is where this is staying, okay? And then you have your camera and overlay in a folder. So now, whenever you move one, you're going to move the other. Let me put my overlay back over top, inside the folder here. Come on. Oh, I have it locked. Let me unlock it. See? That's what I mean by you can't make adjustments. There we go. Now I got it to work. Alright. So now, minimize this. Hide this. Now you can see that whenever I move one, it moves both. You can't. It's hard for me to show you when, you know, with the stuff over top of the screen. Let's see if I can do it this way. So now since they're in a group, I can go and move them both at the same time. Before, if I didn't have them grouped, if I move my camera, the overlay would stay. Now the overlay goes wherever my camera does. So if you're one of those, if you're in like going from one game to a different game and you want your camera moved, you can just go in your Streamlabs OBS while you're streaming, and you can sit there and grab your camera real quick and drag it to the other side. You can also, so this is the one I use for the settings setup that I use for my intros, like my YouTube videos and stuff like that, or if I'm talking to chat and I want to have the game behind me still that displayed. And then when I actually get into the game, I have another scene set up where my camera is smaller and it's over down to the bottom left or mid left of the screen. That way you can see the actual game. So you can mess around with the settings, change your cameras, the size of your camera and overlay, smaller, larger, however you want to get it set up for your stream. And then that's pretty much the basic setup for setting up a scene to be able to start jumping into streaming and also doing videos as well. You can do recording down here. As you can see down at the bottom down here, I'm doing recording. So we're 18 minutes into this. I don't want it to keep taking up too much of your time. I hope y'all like this video. If you want to see more tutorial videos in the future, hit me down in the comments and let me know what you want to see. Also check out my Twitch channel down in the description. Give me a follow. I'm trying to hit my affiliate, so if you would follow me, I'd really appreciate it. We'll do anything from maybe gaming together one night whenever I don't have any of my buddies on and we're, you know, I want to run some duos or triples in Warzone or something, or Rocket League. I'll hit you up, and then we'll also talk about tutorials in the chat too. Appreciate y'all watching. Have a good rest of your day. Much love.